So I'm going to give you a simple practice today. It's the self-care receiving practice. And I want you to practice this all week. I want you to practice it yourself. And then I want you to practice asking your children what they need to receive. And so the practice is really simple. You're going to do it every morning. You're going to wake up, you're going to register that you're awake, and then close your eyes again. You're going to put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and you're going to check in 0 to 100 and listen for the number 0 to 100 of what's your life force energy today. How much energy do you have, right? How full is your tank, or how full is your life force energy? 0 being you're absolutely depleted, like you can't lift your head off the pillow. And 100 is full of energy. Your tank is completely full. You're ready to go. And 50 is somewhere in the middle. So I want you to do this right now with me, to close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and feel into a number. And the way that this game works is the first number is it. So whenever number comes into your head, that's the number. You can write it down. For me, it is 73 today. And so if you're 75 and above, 75 to 100, you're good to go. And all this information is down below as well, the barometer. 75 to 100, you are good to go. You are capable of giving today without getting depleted. If you're 50 to 75, you still have energy to give, but make sure that you're also receiving so you don't go below 50, right? So this is about having your giving and your receiving in harmony. Because when we give and we give and we give and we do and we do and we do, what happens? We get depleted. And so this is about having this be in harmony or in balance so we don't go into burnout and overwhelm. If you're 50 to 25, and be honest here, right? You don't have that much to give. And so you need to make sure that you are receiving, that you are filling up. Right? I'm going to show you how to do that next. And then if you're 25 to 0, we are you're what we call like in a self-care emergency and to check into self-care hospital, creating space for yourself to refuel, to replenish, to recenter, and to fill yourself up, to receive whatever it is that you need to receive physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Because if you don't, you're going to start serving and giving from your reserves, and that is going to lead to illness, distress, dis-ease. Okay, so checking in with your number, and if you're like, oh no, I'm a 13. Okay, well, that's okay, because now you have an awareness. And now you can intentionally choose to receive and to fill yourself up. Get exactly what you need to take care of yourself. So part 2 of this practice is again closing your eyes, putting your hand on your heart, and asking your inner wisdom, what do I need to receive today? And listening, not listening from your head, listening from your heart, from your inner knowing. What do you need to receive today? It's the loving truth here. So what I got was patience. And so whatever came up, I just invite you to write that down. And if nothing came up, that's okay too, because you're learning. You're doing the best you can and you're learning. And if you haven't had a conversation, if you haven't been connecting with your inner wisdom for a long time or ever, your inner wisdom might not answer at first. So give yourself compassion and keep asking. And here's the thing, if you don't hear anything, this is the best part about this practice, is that you get to make it up. What would you love to receive? And usually it's things like a hug, a nap, being in nature, right? Spending time with a loved one, love, peaceful moment, right? As Christina Rilo, the founder of the Path of Self-Love School, says, it's never usually a 7-day trip to Tahiti, right? It's usually things that you can give yourself. So check in. What would you love to receive? And then the third part of this practice is to promise yourself that you will give whatever it is that you need to receive, you will give that to yourself today. And so that's the practice that I'm inviting you to do all week. And then with your children or the children in your life, depending on their age and depending if they live with you, you can do the 0 to 100, right? What's your life force energy, right? Having them check in. Even if you're in the car, you can do this midday, like after school and you're driving in the car and you just check in. What's your number, right? It lets you know if they're a 75, like they're good to go. If they're a 10, it's like, what do you need? What do you need to receive? Like, what do you need right now? It's a great question. I'm going to share a link to a video I created all about this that I did with my son when he was 3 that changed both of our lives, where I just looked him in the eyes and said, what do you need? We have someone who's taking Raising Children to Love Themselves right now who did this practice with little ones, right? They were having temper tantrums, they were crying, just getting down, looking in their eyes and saying, what do you need right now? And so that's what I'm inviting you to do, is to ask that inquiry and asking it with love and compassion and courage. And I'm asking you, I'm looking in your eyes right now, asking you, feeling into your heart, feeling into your inner wisdom. What do you need right now? And give yourself permission to give yourself this, whatever it is. And that's the practice. And that's the practice. We're going to kind of slow everything down, make it really simple this week. If you need to catch up from part 1 and part 2, you can. Simple and potent. Self-care practice. Practicing receiving, the art of receiving. What do you need right now?